Shabbat Shalom. Today's a very special morning, celebrating milestone birthdays for so many incredible people in our congregation. It's a great way to start a new year, right? Happy New Year, Shana Tova. On New Year's, any New Year, whether Jewish or secular, we believe that this is a moment for transformation, to recreate ourselves, to rewrite our stories, to begin again, to change our trajectories and that of our world in order to realign and set our ways on a more proper path with a new approach, a new heading. And that's exactly where we are in our Torah reading, following the festival of Hanukkah, celebrating our ancient miracle that we hope kindles light and joy in our lives today. While on vacation last week in Mexico, our family went on a whale-watching boat trip. Not far off the southern tip of the Baja Peninsula in the blue waters of the Pacific, our boat slowly and carefully approached a small group of 3 humpback whales. Water shooting out of their blowholes, flippers waving, and the piece de resistance, their tails unfurling, before taking deep dives under our boat. They were in the warm Mexican waters, preparing to breed, to recreate, to start anew, before their long journey up the California coast to Alaska. Amazed at this wonder of nature, we marveled at those whales up close, what seemed like a dream. We could almost touch them. We chased the whales through the water, trying to approach them and keep up with them. This week's Torah portion, Vayigash, continues the Joseph story. We've moved on from the opening chapters of childish dreams, of Technicolor dreamcoats, a sibling rivalry and scheming, as our portion opens with the impassioned plea of brother Judah to his unrecognized brother, second now in command in Egypt, the hidden Joseph. Our Torah portion's name, Vayigash, means, and he approached. As Judah approaches Joseph, who he thought was the foreign political leader with the political prowess to effect change, Judah pleads for his family and shows how the brothers have learned from their past mistakes, from their days of discord, that they have truly changed, now united for good together. Here we have a son pleading for the release of his brother so that his elderly father can see the family reunited once again. Now, 456 days since October 7th, we hear that impassioned plea of Judah in Israel's hostage family members to bring them all home. And we read the names of still more young Israeli soldiers killed in Gaza. Most year we focus on the Torah story of a personal plea for justice, personal transformation and change, when Judah stands up for what he believes is right and just, gathering the inner courage to speak his truth to a foreign ruler. We emphasize that the portion Vayigash and its opening word translating to approach is a clarion call for action. When Judah stands up and offers himself to be a hostage, to be a prisoner, in exchange for the safe release of his younger brother Benjamin, the beloved young son of their elderly father. Now those 456 days, still with few signs of life of the 100 Israeli captives still held in Gaza. You may have read that many of the hostage families refused to light Chanukiot, menorahs, this week, choosing to sit in darkness, awaiting their miracle, pleading for the young children, the elderly, and their family members to be released. So how do we begin this new year of 2025 when still so many of our brothers and sisters remain in captivity, when the newly released testimony of torture and sexual violence, still the world responds to that with deaf ears, unmoved and silent? The rabbis teach that that word is the name of our portion, Vayigash, which means to approach, can be understood as 3 different types of approaches, drawn from 3 different times it appears in the Bible. The first is an approach to do battle, to fight, to begin war. The second is an approach to appeasement, to make peace. And the third is an approach to tefillah, in order to pray. And that's just what we continue to do, to fight for them in our own way, sharing information on social media, reaching out to our elected leaders, sharing their stories, pushing for an agreement, and we pray for their safe return every single day in our services and in our own lives, in our home. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks, of blessed memory, teaches there are moments when the world changes and possibility is born. And this week's portion is one of those times. When Joseph reveals his true identity to his brothers, there is the dramatic, emotional reunion of a family. Rabbi Sacks says this is the first moment in history in which one human being forgives another. In his words, quote, "A new form of morality is born. After admitting the wrong committed, admitting collective responsibility, Judah speaks up, offers himself as that hostage in place of Benjamin, saying, 'Take me instead.' Our portion's moving story of reconciliation and reunion, of admitting mistakes and taking responsibility, must be a model that can truly inspire transformation and possibility. Humanity changed the day Joseph forgave his brothers. The moral life is one that makes room for forgiveness." Is there a better story or message to begin a new year? The truth is that our portion contains not one but two stories of transformation, of New Year's resolutions that come to fruition, of dreams that are interpreted and answered. When Judah confesses his personal truth, he inspires his brother Joseph to undergo his own transformation. Joseph had been in hiding, living as an Egyptian, not a Jew, a Hebrew, or Israelite. He was using an Egyptian name, dressing and even walking like an Egyptian. In the commentary of Aviva Gottlieb Zornberg, she describes Joseph as living with a mask his entire life in Egypt, never fully understanding his life, why he was sold by his brothers, why he was thrown into prison. Joseph was ashamed. He also feared the shame that he would cast upon his brothers if he ever revealed to them who he truly was. But when Judah speaks from his heart, Joseph has a moment of clarity. He understands the dreams that he had all of his life. He reinterprets his life and its many stages. He uncovers his own preoccupations, and that allows him to remove the mask that he wore for so long that he hid behind. He revealed his true identity once and for all. That's why he says to his brother with joyful tears, "I am Joseph, I am your brother, whom you sold into slavery." He is a new Joseph. Through growth, he's now empathetic to his brother's feelings. He sees a bigger picture. He understands what his life was meant to be, to save his family. He discovers a new vocabulary to articulate his place in the world and in relationship to others, and that God was behind it all. His dreams, his highs, his lows. He bears no hatred anymore. He cries with joy. He embraces life. He's overwhelmed. The dream interpreter finally looks at his own dreams and admits he was wrong too. He pledges to begin again, to right the wrongs, and to do it for his family. Humanity changed the day that Joseph forgave his brothers. The moral life is one that makes room for forgiveness. As we mark our secular New Year and we begin again, let us make our own personal resolutions that new dreams can be born and interpreted. Like Joseph and Judah, let's remove the mask that we hide behind, and let's approach others, vayigash, with empathy, with a new understanding, and with kindness, so we can seek peace, unity, and a better world for you and me. Shabbat Shalom.